are. It is Saturday, May 7th. I mean, the month is just like going. It's crazy. But I'm so excited to be here. Come on in. Let us know where you're from. Let us know how you found out about us. If you are from TikTok, because we have new TikTok followers, Diane. It's exciting.
Wow, that's awesome.
We'll have people come on in and say hello. So come on in, say hello. We're going to get started in about a couple minutes and just say hi. Hey, Julie, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well. Angie, my friend, good to see you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Kyle, good to have you here. I like the cute little picture. It's cute. It's cute. Kathy, hello. Thank you for being here. Hope you are doing well. And Maria Rivera. Hola from Texas. Hola, Maria. Hope you're doing. Sarah May from the UK. You're still up? Oh my goodness. So thank you for being here. Gabriela Timokanis Porcisa, fellow Greek. So hope you're doing well. Gabriela, thank you. Delora, greetings. 1 block from State Park. That's awesome. That's awesome that you're a block away from the state park. It's an inside joke, guys, and I just love you for it. Janie, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, guys, I'm so excited to have Diane here. My friend Diane Santucci has been, we've known each other for a couple years now, ever since COVID, quite honestly. COVID brought us together. And hello from Alabama. Thank you. April, good to see you. Thanks for being here. You look great, April. I love the new picture. We met on here, and Diane's also from Chicago. I was living in Sterling, unfortunately, at that time, but we chatted, we became friendly, we gave each other a session, and here we are today. Yes. I have to tell you guys, Diane has such a great talent. She does the stuff old school. And what I mean by old school is I wanted to bring her on because she actually will write what she's hearing. And that's how she does the session. I believe that when you are having a dialogue with God, universe, spirit, what best way to make sure that you're hearing what you're hearing, getting what you're getting, is by writing it down. And sometimes when you're writing down, for you, Diane, is it almost like automatic writing in a sense?
Exactly. That's exactly, because I will write, and it's funny because I don't even know what I'm writing. You see, I'm just hearing it and writing it down, and I never read it back. I don't know why. I never, ever read a reading back. So I just write it, whatever is said to me. And by the time the reading is over and I'm done writing, it's out of my head. It's gone.
I love that. I love that. Way to just like, you're doing an automatic clearing, like here it is, and poof, gone. Right. Hello, Ellen. Good to see you. Kathy says, Diane, I love the way your shirt looks gorgeous against your tapestry.
Oh, I know it matches, and I didn't plan it that way.
I love it. And thank you, Sarah. So you can find Diane, you guys, on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And it's obviously facebook.com. Diane Santucci, Diane.Santucci, and you'll find her there. And follow, share. You can send her a message if you wanted to get a session with her. Hello, Kathleen, Kathy Loso, fellow psychic medium. Hope you're doing well. Oh. All is going well. Hello, Mo. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So we're talking tonight, you guys, about growing your own intuitive dialogue. So can you explain, for those that don't know, Diane, what is automatic writing? And how did you get started?
Well, it's funny. I got started about 10 years ago. Geez, I think it's going on 11 years now. And what I had done was I was doing readings face to face, But for some reason, I would get messages throughout the day and I would write them down.
Mm.
And those messages were for certain people. So I would just start writing. And then I just found out that writing, I had the ability to write the messages that I get. And I thought, well, let me try this with a reading. So of course I used my friends as guinea pigs to try to, bring them in, and it worked. And I always loved to write as a kid. I loved writing. And I never understood, I didn't want to be an author. So I never understood where that writing would take me. And now I realize why. But, it's just basically sitting down. I describe it as taking like dictation or taking notes from a teacher. When you're listening to a teacher and you're taking notes, it's the exact same thing. I'm listening to my teachers, which are my spirit guides, the deceased. So, that's how I get my messages.
We were kidding earlier. I was like, we should change the name of our little live tonight. Instead of, growing your intuitive dialogue, just call it Mediterranean Chat. You got a Greek and Italian. We're just going to call it Loud Mediterranean Chat.
Yes. Yeah. We don't know anything else but loud. No, that's it.
Except my mom. I have to tell you, my mom would talk like this. She literally would talk like this, unless she was yelling at me. But she would talk like this. It was the softest voice. And I said, Mom, Dad's so loud and you're always so like gentle and quiet. She said, the pause. I love the pause. Well, when you want someone to pay attention, you talk softer and slower, and they'll listen to what you have to say.
Smart woman.
Very smart woman. Very, very smart woman.
True.
True. Zaloni, hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Gabriella. Yes, the mug is pretty cool. It's from Yanni. It is.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's the. It's a casino that they have here. They were selling coffee mugs. Love it. Okay, so I love that. Smart lady. Thank you, Kathy. Very smart lady. So when I started, one of the ways that I started was I got this book by two sisters, Judy and Barbara. Or Trudy and Barbara. And the book is called Angels Speak. One of the sisters is passed. And it was how to speak to your angels. So I would write, Dear angels, what do you want to teach me today? And I would just start writing. There was a prayer that went with it that you said the prayer. It's to ground yourself. And I would just start writing. And like you, I loved writing. I just loved to write. And I would get pages sometimes. Now, when you work with clients, is it just a couple pages? Is it just one page, or it's up to them, really?
Well, usually when I do a writing, because I go by the hour. So basically I'm writing for an hour and I set it and, timer, and I'll write. Now, that's to say that if I'm not going to stop something at an hour if I'm getting more info. So it normally comes out to about 4 handwritten notebook pages, hand printed, I should say, not written, because I print it so people could read it. But yeah.
I think we froze for a moment. If you could just
did we?
Real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw little swirly things. It could be on my end.
It could be on my end. I'm on the 22nd floor, so it could be on my end as well. But yeah, I just think that usually it comes out to about four pages.
Okay.
Usually.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's
a
lot of information.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Now, are you hearing? Your spirit guides are giving you information about the client, do you pick up their guides, their angels, their people, deceased people? How does that all work?
You know, it's funny because I think most of the information comes from my guide because I know my guide and I know
Sure.
sounds really strange, but I know the voice of my guide. I know the difference. It's, people say, you sure it's not you? No, I know my voice, and it's not. It's my guide's voice. Um, and I do hear the voices of the deceased. So those are about now, whether I get other people's guides, I couldn't say whether I did or not because whatever I'm hearing, I'm just writing. But I think most of it comes from my guide. The information is passed on and also from the deceased person. I could technically hear their voice.
Mm.
But even though I don't know them, I don't know what their voice sounds like. A lot of people that I read are strangers, so I don't know who, their loved ones are. But I still hear a voice. So, yeah.
Do you feel that if somebody wanted to do this,
Mm-hmm.
they're not just going to pick up a piece of paper and pen and just start writing?
No.
How would someone grow their intuitive dialogue with God, universe, spirit? How do you start? How do you do it?
You know how I started, which is probably the most unusual way, but it worked for me, was a pendulum. And I have a homemade pendulum. All it is a necklace with a key on it. And I made it myself. And when I couldn't get a complete understanding of what was being told to me, I used the pendulum to spell it out. And then after that, I kept hearing, you don't need the pendulum, put it down. And then I started little by little, and that was it. I always tell people to begin with, you don't have to start with a pendulum. It takes a lot of time to do A, B, of course, which way it's going to go, yes or no. But I would say sit down with, in a quiet spot, no distractions, with a pen and paper. And you could either ask a question and just see what you get. And no matter what it is, just write down what the thoughts are. And I think just in progression, and the more you practice, I think anyone can really do it, so it may be a slow process. What didn't happen overnight for me. I was, like I said, I was using the pendulum, but I think, it'll come. It's like writing in a journal.
Right.
People write in journals all the time. It's kind of the same concept.
And you make a good point, because it's not the, I think it means this, and I think it's going to, so I'm going to write that. It's whatever thought comes to you, you write it down. That's why they just say, just write. Just write. Just, even if you're just writing, I'm just writing. I'm just writing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we froze up.
At service, so I hope you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Kathy says, I have a question. Do you always have an hour's worth of info for everyone?
Oh, yeah. Yes, because you have to remember, when I ask them what to focus on, it's not just one particular thing. I'm usually focusing on their health, and I get a lot of that. I get a lot of medical messages. So it's health, it's their relationships, whether they be platonic or romantic or, intimate, whatever, career, the other family members, kind of precautions, what to look out for, school, it's endless. And when you start writing, believe me, it ends up to be quite a bit. And, I have no problem writing,
Now, I know you said that you're hearing things, and we did a class yesterday. We're going to do a class, part 2 class next week, growing your psychic senses. So we talked about all the clairs.
Mhm.
Now, you're saying that you're hearing. As you're writing, do you also see and feel?
No. I do feel, okay, I do feel. I do not see. Now, I don't consider myself clairvoyant because I don't see that clearly. I will get images shot at me. It's just kind of like watching uh, the old movies, the real fast
Yeah.
black and white, no
Yeah.
sound movies, and I just get images of that. So I don't consider myself seeing. I'm more clairaudience, so I hear. Um, but I do feel if somebody passed away from like a heart attack or uh, a lung issues or whatever, I will actually stop myself because I will feel that where I have to catch my breath.
Okay.
Um, I don't feel if somebody was in an automobile accident. I don't feel the impact that hard, but I do feel issues with legs or arms or heart or lungs or head. I've read where I've had a massive headache and I found out later that the person that I was reading gets severe migraines.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that explained the headaches to me. And
Yeah.
I would mention that, I'm getting headaches. Why am I getting so many headaches? And it was migraines. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're also, I would say, an empath, obviously.
yeah, yeah, I think so. Right. Yeah. I'd like to consider myself that, um, a, a healer in a way, a teacher in a way. I'm just like you do it all. I don't do it as much as you do, but it's the same reason that we both do it.
Sure. What is going on? Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
putting, sorry for the phrasing, not sure what's going on. Just bear with, everyone. Bear with.
Too much energy between
Yeah,
you.
it could be. Could
Could
be.
be.
It's the
Yeah.
Mediterranean is what it's called. Yeah. Um, Fonda says, Diane, you're amazing. Isn't she? Totally amazing. Totally amazing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for being here. Lainey has a great question.
Mhm.
Guys, please know on StreamYard, if I miss your comment, it's not intentional. Please know that. Sometimes StreamYard just goes this way. It's just a little crazy. Um, Facebook user, we'll come back to you, Lainey. Facebook user says, struggling with journaling, but avid note taker and feel drawn to automatic writing somehow. Going to use
Mhm.
the pendulum idea. Thank you.
Mhm.
Awesome. Lainey says, were you born with this gift?
Ah, if I was, I didn't, as far as the writing goes, I didn't know. I didn't do that when I was younger. As
Yeah.
far as psychic ability or mediumship, I'm going to say yes, because I had several instances younger and I kind of would hear voices. And, when you're younger, you think you're going crazy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you push it to the side. And that's what I did for a very long time. But
And-
I have
and
always been interested.
would you say, because I say
Mhm.
this too, would you say that we all have gifts? Every
Always.
single
Yes.
one of us
Yes.
has gifts. And
Yeah.
the important thing to know, everyone, is that we're all born intuitive. Every
Mhm.
single one of us is born that
Mhm.
way. And it's really, really
Mhm.
important. Tara has another question.
Mhm.
Um, as a medium, do you believe in
Mhm.
past lives, heaven and God, or just a bigger problem?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in past lives. There is no way that this life could be just, can you hear me? Could just be one, this just one life here. I don't believe that
Yeah.
at
And
all.
I believe in all of it. I believe, because some
Mhm.
people will say God, some people will say
Mhm.
universe, some people will
Mhm.
say spirit, whatever they're comfortable with.
Mhm.
Being raised Greek Orthodox,
Mhm.
God is the word that I'm comfortable with. But I
Mhm.
have said universe, I have had said spirit, I believe in God, heaven,
Mhm.
I believe in past lives, believe in all of it.
Mhm.
Shanae, thank you so much.
Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. Juliana, good to see you here. I love the new picture. Looks awesome. Thank you for being here. When when we start growing our intuitive dialogue, have you ever like words come out that you're like, what the hell is that?
Yes.
Because I'm
Yes.
like the heartfulness, I'm like, the what? And I'm like, what is that?
I've got to tell you, you know what I've had to do sometimes?
Hmm.
I've used words that I've never had to write down or even use myself. So I've had times had to stop and figure out how to spell it
Mhm.
because I don't use that word. I'm amazed. Sometimes I'm like, what are you trying to say? I don't even talk like that. But again, it's not me.
Right.
It's not me talking. All I'm doing is the messenger. I'm just writing the info and passing it along. That's all I'm
Right.
doing. Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna
Mhm.
ask if you could do a little bit of writing. I'll talk while you're writing. So if you could do just a couple minutes, Diane, a message for
I
pardon.
actually
Look at
I
you.
did it.
Look
I
at
did it
you.
when we got off, that the introduction in the beginning before
Yeah.
everybody came on. I did a little something, and this is what I came up with. So I will read it.
Okay. Before you do,
Yes,
we're just gonna have a couple things here.
sure.
Tara said, so there's pearly white gates waiting for you, basically. I would say, if that's what someone believes in, great. But I do believe in this. I believe we're born in love and we go back to
Mhm.
love. And I'm not saying that, let's say you come to me, not you, Tara, specifically, but somebody says, well, my parents hated each other. I was born because I was a mistake, blah, 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 whatever. But that soul had love. That soul was about love. And that soul goes back to love, whatever that may look like for somebody. There's a really great movie, and I've mentioned it before, Defending Your Life. It's with Meryl Streep and Albert Brooks. There's pieces of that that are true. Um,
Mhm.
Fascinating. And if those of you that are familiar with Dr. Brian Weiss's book, Many Lives, Many Masters,
Mhm.
during the time where Catherine starts talking to the master, or the masters talk through Catherine, there's a lot of good information there as well. And then Shirley MacLaine's book, Out on a Limb. There's some really good golden nuggets in these pieces that explain the in between, if you will.
Mhm.
So I hope that helps. Carla, hello. Delora has a question. Have you ever
Sure.
channeled in a foreign language?
I have, but like to somebody who doesn't speak English, it'll come to me in English.
Okay,
So I won't get the foreign part of it because they're going to give it to me the way that I would know it.
that you
So
understand.
that I would understand it, right?
Sometimes, when I'm in a session, sometimes I'm like I was sitting with a, a table of 20 Italians, okay? And I'm hearing words that I'm like, I have
Mhm.
no idea what this means. And I think I forgot what it was. I think I must have heard the word somewhere. Yeah, I think I did. But it was a pastry that I'm not familiar with. And there's a cookie that looks like a ginginella and it's got fig in it.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So there's that. And then I was saying, she's saying something about um strunza or some word. I
Mhm.
don't remember what it was, but I don't know Italian. I'd love to learn it, but I don't know it. But she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
Um, Kathy, that was a good movie. Yes. Kathy says, absolutely, love is the strongest energy. Um,
Yes.
Hello, Jeanette. Thank you for being here. So go ahead. We were gonna. So what Diane did was she wrote a
Yeah.
little bit during the intro time. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I can't wait.
What I wrote here was because of the past 2 years, I did it really sloppy. So sorry. I might just
No, don't worry about it.
continue with this, but um, the last couple of years, the one thing, it's been such trying years, not just with the pandemic, but I think with everybody financially, emotionally, physically. I think the past 2 years, And I'm not going to say that, God made it happen. I don't want to say that, but I think what happened was that have to we had to take a step back and take a look at the true meaning of ourselves and of life. And I think so many of us, with all the technology and materialistic items that are out there, I think we needed to step back and live a simpler life. And because the importance, we all had a tendency to do this. We all forget what's important in life. And it's not, oh, I want this car, or I want this house, or I want to get the new iPhone, or I want to get the new computer and all this other stuff. It's not about that. It's about living simply, or simpler, I should say, not just living simply, but simpler. And really, the true essence of, I think, life is family and friends, and the love that you give out to them. And I think that's what's important. And so many times we forget. How many of us pick up the phone now to call somebody? We don't. It's text message now, right? So it's now we're forgetting all that. So we need to go back to what life was like before all of this. And even though technology is out there, and it's a good thing, it is. There are pros and cons to it, but we all just need to know what's important and what's not. And another thing is live life to the fullest. With, I think a lot of us don't do, because so many of us say, I don't have the money to do that. And granted, I understand that with prices. I know, being in Chicago here, prices are outrageous. I mean, outrageous, and I'm sure it's like that everywhere as well. But we need to enjoy life. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to do that. You can find free stuff going on, festivals now. Everything is back now for the summer, concerts. So look in your area and get out there and live life. Don't be cocooned in your home.
So true.
That's
So
yeah.
very, very true. Thanks, Diane.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Lainey said, did either one of you see the pandemic coming? So for me, the premonition stuff, it's funny. When I was little, I would always know when somebody was going to die because I would dream it. I would dream that we were in church, everybody was there but one person, and then we get the phone call the next day and the person was gone. I don't get usually premonition type stuff. How about you, Diane?
No, I didn't really get anything on the pandemic. I did know that something was going to happen, that we would need to, to get back on track, per se. And that's and this was, it isn't the way to do it, but I didn't see the pandemic coming, at all.
Yeah. And I usually get, like, if somebody's an individual, I can zoom in on the individual and say the sense is here, there, what have you. But when it's global, that isn't my kind of thing. Globally, I do know what I feel from the earth. Like, I know that we have to be more kind. I know that we have to put out there about love and making a shift. Those shifts to get into the heart, that I get. We had a lot of lessons to learn in the past 2 years, especially. Yes, Kathy says, very big shift and important waking for us all. Zolan is giving you hearts. Numbers will get higher again and fall and winter. Go out, live life with caution. Yes, so nicely said. Great. Sarah says, find Diane on Facebook. Diane Santucci, please like, follow, and share. Thank you, Sarah. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I was good. I was going to say another thing that we need to get back on, and I don't care if you believe or not, but it's your faith. So many people have lost faith, and I think we need to get back to believing.
Yep.
And I'm not saying you have to be a religious person, but you have to be a spiritual person. Did I lose you? I think I lost you.
We're back. I don't know what happened.
Things have happened. I'm telling you, it's not just, it's strange, but well, we're back. That's good. That's the most important. But yeah, I think everybody needs to become more spiritual, like you said, kind, giving. And I don't mean you have to give your money away, but there's other ways of showing that, you know, and that's important. That's what's important. That's what love is.
And everyone, faith has a big word. It's faith in the universe, faith in God, faith in spirit, whatever you want to say. It's also the faith in self and the faith in humankind. In humankind, we are forgetting about that kind piece.
Right.
We are so quick to judge. We are so quick to put people in a box. And I think when we find that kindness and that faith that good people are out there, we just have to find them. Why am I so about community? Because this is what I ask of everybody, clients, you know, retreat attendees, everybody. I say, when you want good people to come to you, ask for people to match your vibration or higher.
Right.
You want people to come in your vibration or higher. You know, April says, I agree, Diane, 100%. We got lost somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
And
get rid of the negative energy, people. Get rid of those that you hang out with that are toxic. Whether it be a relationship of, just a friendship or more. Get rid of all the negative energy and toxic. You've got to be positive. Positive brings positivity. Negative brings negativity.
Let go of those things that no longer serve you.
That's right. And you don't want that in your life.
Right.
You know?
And some people, we have to acknowledge, some people are, like Zach says, some people are atheist or agnostic. But the faith of humankind, some sort of faith, whatever your faith is, faith in self, we're losing that piece, like you said, and we're missing the love. We're missing the love. We really are.
Yeah.
So what has been some exciting, like, what were you blown away by when you have done your session? Something in dialogue.
Okay. Okay. I've got a story to tell that I think this one is probably the best one, because for me it was frustrating, but this is just one thing that was kind of unusual. I happened to be doing a reading, and I kept telling, and this was a woman, and I kept telling her to, what's with the promise ring? And it was an old boyfriend that she had that passed away, and he wanted to know, where was the promise ring that I gave you? And she kept saying, he didn't give me a promise ring. He didn't give me a promise ring. He didn't give me a promise ring. And I said, no, he's stuck on this. There was a promise ring given to you. And so what happened then was, she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, let's stop with that. And then I'm telling you, he's not going to let it go. So I'm just going to tell him to move on. So it so happened that she was going to Europe, and she had her passport in her safe deposit box at the bank. And she said she happened to get the passport out, and here was a ring box. And she was like, "That's the what's with the ring? What is that?" She opened it up, and it was the promise ring.
Wow.
That I had described it to her as well. And the same woman, I also told her the name of, and I blew her away this way, of the man that she was going to marry. Now, she was single for years. I said, no, you're going to get married, but he's going to be an older man. But he's going to sweep you off your feet and be so very good to you. And she's like, no, I'm not going to marry somebody older. And he'd be like 20 some years older. She's like, no, not going to happen. Sure enough, she calls me up. This is maybe a year later, and says, I'm marrying the man that you said, and he's 25 years older than I am, and I'm in love. So that kind of blew me away. That was validation for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Margie says hello, and oh, I know we're both freezing. I'm just going to practice my high school graduation poses when we freeze.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yvonne, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Rose. Jody said that's beautiful. Look at Jody. So Jody's got the best smile, you guys. She really does. Ellen Jane, do you ever draw a picture of a person or a thing when writing?
No, but I know somebody who does. I know a medium who does do that. And she writes. I wish I had the sample with me. I would have shown you guys ahead of time, but she actually draws and then writes like on the side of it. Now it's not a full, portrait
Right,
of somebody, but yes, she does it as she goes along.
You know,
I don't.
my friend Patty Kobo, she does, and she was on before you guys. She's the one that painted that painting right there. She does a soul painting, Diane, and she will channel while she's drawing. Now, Joe Shield, very famous, Joe Shield will actually draw the person of the deceased that he is in contact with, and it is
That's
shocking.
amazing. That's
It is
amazing.
absolutely shocking.
That's amazing.
Kathy, there's no bad picture of your life. You're very kind. You're very, very kind. Trust me, on the retreat, there were some pictures I was like, oh my gosh, the camera does not lie. We will not be posing from the side for a couple months, I don't think. So I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I did not snack on the retreat. I was really, really good. Even though that facilitating sugar grounds, right? I was so good. I did not break in between. Normally we have all these little snacky things, and they went to the store, a very, very, very small store on the Bahamas. And they're like, do you want anything to snack? I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, good for you. You have that willpower.
Trust me. The willpower has to be there. It's crazy. So what would you say to someone who says to you, Diane, I'm starting this journey. I am writing. I don't get that much. I want to grow this inner dialogue. Do you think I should just start talking out loud, maybe recording it as well? Like just thoughts that come in, because some people, and I know we're talking about writing, guys, so I know that, the purpose is to write it down, but to get that dialogue going is maybe you do write and talk at the same time, or maybe you talk and then you write. What would you suggest?
I would say, I would say the first thing to do, of course, is you're always going to practice, no matter which way is best for you. If you want to talk out loud, you don't have to, because no matter what, it's a thought process. Right. So no matter what, you could, but if you want to talk out loud, that's fine. Otherwise, they're going to think you're crazy if you're talking into a store and all of a sudden you're, which is fine.
That's fun. I think it would be fun to what do you mean? I'm not understanding. What do you mean?
I know. Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah. And now people have Bluetooth, so that's what it sounds like when they're talking in the store.
Let me tell you.
And having conversations.
I talk in the car all the time and pretend that I'm on the phone. So
yeah, I sing in the car. That's what I do.
There you go. I was going to also say too that when you are doing this work, everyone, it is really important. We talked about this in the Growing Your Psychic Senses class yesterday. We talked about grounding, intention, and prayer. If intention and prayer mean the same thing for you, great.
Yes.
Great. Kathy says, just say you're in a staff meeting. I love that. So it is about grounding yourself. You want to make sure that this vessel is grounded and locked in a sense. What's your intention? My intention is to hear what I need to hear for my highest good. with peace to all and harm to no one. Lock it in.
Right.
Lock it in. And
Right.
then start writing.
Right.
You know, whatever intention means for you, I
Right.
think it's important. The grounding, I mean, I can't tell you. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it could be, but it doesn't have to be 15 minutes of.
No, right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just, trust me, I don't have the patience for it, but
Yeah.
I can do whether it's a prayer or intention, and I can see myself do these things and then go right in. It just makes me feel connected.
Right. And I think a prayer, also thanking your spirit guides, for all the psychic mediums out there,
Right.
Anybody who's just a beginner, it doesn't matter. I always say a prayer before I do a reading. And I also always think, before I do the reading, I thank my guardian angels and my spirit guides, and actually even the deceased, whoever somebody wants to hear it from, if I can connect with them. There's no guarantees of anything. I don't have control over that. So, and if they do come through, then, you know, I thank them as well for coming through.
And again, guys, you can find Diane on Facebook, Diane.Santucci. Please like, follow, and share. And if you want to get a session with her, please ask, you know, just hit her up on Facebook, guys. Hit her up.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other questions for Diane? What's the weather like in Chicago right now?
Oh, today was beautiful, but the last couple of weeks have been nothing but rain. But today was gorgeous. Today was like, I think it was 64. It got to be, which to me is perfect weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, here now in the Pacific Northwest, I could be in Chicago and have a 45, 50-degree weather and feel okay in a sweatshirt. No problem. Here, because it's damp, I'm like, it's 45 degrees. I'm like, oh my God, it's going like right through me. This lady at the grocery store, she said, you know, I'm not from here. And it took me a couple years to get used to that. And then you're fine. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. I can repeat Diane's last name. It's Santucci, S as in Sam, A-N as in Nancy, Tucci.
This might be easier for them. Just go to Medium Readings by Diane, and that'll be my Facebook page.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Medium Readings by Diane. Yeah. People are like, Elias, you're a medium. I'm like, oh no. Lately, I've grown into a large. Thanks, though.
Me too. I'm not a medium.
Right. Freezing damp in upstate New York. Burr. Oh, Mo. Oh, I just don't. I don't like the damp, but I'll tell you, in the Bahamas, so different than in Florida, because I had one day in Florida, there and back. And in the Bahamas, it was hot, but that ocean breeze, where I was where Lenny Kravitz was. Oh, and that was Harbor Island. And the island is 3 miles long and half a mile wide. So you got the ocean breeze, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is perfect. It was awesome. Lainey says it's been raining in New Jersey since yesterday. Margie, do you feel like intuition is a form of mediumship, or is it completely different? Oh, this is a great question. You could take it, or I could take it, or we could both give our spin on it.
Well, I was just going to say that I think intuition it could be a lot of things. You know, I mean, to me, it's just what your gut, what you feel, you know. I don't think that you have to be a medium to be intuitive. I think everyone has that. So, you know, how many times you think of somebody and the phone rings and it's them, you know, that's being intuitive. I mean, so.
And
difficult.
Everybody is intuitive. Right. Everybody's intuitive, but let's, Margie, for this one, listen to what I'm going to say about this. This is from John Holland that I learned.
I love him.
A psychic perceives and a medium receives. Mm-hmm. All mediums get psychic information.
Correct.
All psychics are not mediums.
Right.
I hope that helps. Irma, hello, Irma. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Rose says, wait till Tuesday when it's going to be 86 and humid. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Mhm.
I do not look at the hair, people. I do not do well with humidity. I
That's
don't do
supposed to be in the 80s. Yeah. Here it's supposed to be in the 80s. And I'm like, oh, I mean, but we really need it. We need some nice weather and get everybody outside and enjoying, taking walks and,
Rose
lake
lives
trails.
near. Rose is sort of kind of near O'Hare, so
Oh, okay.
she's in the hood.
Sure.
She's in the hood.
Sure.
Oh, Marge, that brought so much clarity. Thank you. You're welcome, Margie. You're welcome. So, guys, Diane, you'll come back, right? You'll come back
Of course
to be
I'll
on
come
here.
back.
I
I'd
love
love
having
to.
you here. I love having you here.
Well, thank you for
Um,
having me.
You're welcome. So, guys, a couple things. We are doing a contest, and a contest is this. We're picking the winner tomorrow. So if you follow me on Clubhouse and on TikTok, we'll include you in the contest. 3 winners are going to get a 15-minute reading from me.
Sweet.
The second thing that I want you to know is that tomorrow night is Sunday, so tomorrow's Sunday. Happy Mother's Day for all that celebrate, whether you're a mother to a fur baby or you're an aunt or godmother or grandmother. Happy Mother's Day. Should not just be one day. You should be honored each day. Also, tomorrow night will be on at 7 p.m. Pacific time for guided meditation. We've got Laura West coming on May 11th, and I'm excited to have her on. We're going to talk about, I'm getting my notes. We are going to talk about growing intuitive confidence. And then the following May 18th, the following Wednesday, we have Chris Groff. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. And we're talking about the soul's growth. She wrote 2 cool books, very, very cool fiction books, but we're having her there. Now, we're having a special workshop, May 12th. Myself and Ginger Perrick. She is healing heart medium. We're going to talk about how to grow into healthy boundaries for the nurturers, the people pleasers, the fixers. Come join us on how to grow healthy boundaries. It's a free workshop. Email myself, elias@eliaspatras.com, or ginger@healingheartmedium.com. And then the last piece that I want to tell you is, where are we? Here we are. We're going to also do May 25th. It'll just be me. So I'll be on Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm going to talk about growing from our past lives.
Oh, that's going to be a
coming
good
up
one.
in June 5th, we'll have a past life class. June 12th, we're going to have, and here's the big news, ready? June 12th, we're going to have a June 5th, Animal Spirit Guide. June 12th, Past Life. You can take both classes via Zoom for $33 or $20 each. Now, I'm going to do a mediumship, guys. A mediumship on Zoom. It's a gallery reading. $11 for almost 2 hours. We'll say 90 minutes, but remember Greek, so it'll be almost 2 hours. And you like that one. I can't guarantee who's going to come through, but people have said that even if the message isn't for them, it always resonates. So we're going to be on Zoom. Tell your friends. It's $11. I'm hoping that the website person gets all the new stuff and it'll be up hopefully by Tuesday. But sign up. Okay. Fonda says Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Fonda. Carla says it's a free app that you can download. What app are we talking about? I'd love to see what a free app is. Princess, thank you. Super exciting. Carla, do I have a calendar? I do have a calendar. If you go to eliaspatras.com and you go to events, everything is there. And all my videos, guys, you can go to the video section on Facebook and you can see the replays. So It's really, really good. It's really good. Can you share your calendar? Oh, she asked about Clubhouse. Yes, it's on Android and on iPhone, so you can get that. Do you have anything coming up, Diane, or are you just doing the
You know,
readings?
I'm just doing the readings, but I just wanted to say a couple things. The first thing I want to say is, Elias, you're doing wonderful work.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm so proud of you, and so is everybody else. This guy is, support this guy, guys. I mean, he's just doing tremendous work, and he's such a kind-hearted man, and probably one of the most kind-hearted men that I've met. And I'm glad to call you my friend. So that's
Thank
the
you.
first thing I want to
That's very
keep
kind of
it
you.
going, and I'll support you 100%. And I do. When I miss your shows, I watch them. I go back because I used to be on all the time, and lately, I'm sorry, I
It's
just
okay.
time gets lost to time. I get lost with the time. But also, I also wanted to plug in another place that I absolutely adore, although I don't work a booth there. But the Body, Mind, and Spirit Show is coming up June 4th and 5th in Tinley Park, Illinois, which is in it's the south suburb of Chicago. And they're having it there, and it's fantastic. And it's just a way to get to meet other mediums and psychics and so many other vendors that are there, and also to support the community and support those people. So I
So
enjoy it. I go every year. So
that's
um,
fun.
yeah.
I did the one back in the day. Well, not back in the day, when I lived in Chicago. No, I was living in Sterling then. I drove down to the one at Stevenson, or at Stevenson Hall by O'Hare. That was a
Oh,
lot of fun. That was really
yeah.
cool. That's where I was. I did
Yeah.
a speaking, a little gig. I was opposite of James Von Prague. So they're like, do you want to see Elias, or do you want to see James Von Prague? So it was a lot of fun having that booth, though. It was
That'd be well. First of all, just to be near James Van Prague is enough to be there. So
it
that
was
was cool.
I
That's
have
cool.
to tell you though, and celebrate your life, guys. Whenever you see anything that Celebrate Your Life does, go, because they're just amazing. They're
Yeah.
amazing people. April says, thank you so much. I have to go. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, April. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Happy
And
Mother's Day, everybody out
guys
there.
are so kind. Thank you so much for the kindness. I appreciate that. Love you too, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy. Lainey says there are so many fake ones out there. You have to be careful. That's so
Well,
true. So true.
but you'll know them. Trust me. If they tell you, pay me $500 more and we'll take the curse off you.
Yeah,
You know that,
you
it's
do.
a scam. So just be careful.
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, be careful, because funny
Be
story. I
careful.
think I shared it on TikTok. But this one guy read me back in my early 30s. My mom and dad were still alive, and he read me, and he's like, "Oh, the person that broke up with you." I'm like, "Yes." Um, Went to somebody like me, and they put a curse on you. I'm like, "Oh, here it comes."
Yeah.
And I said, "Really?" And they said, "Yes." And they said, "But you know what? We can cure that." I go, "Oh, what are you going to do?" And he said this. He said, "Well, you need to eat fruits and vegetables for 3 days." I said, "Okay." I'm going on a diet. Um, and he's like, "Okay, you'll come back on the fourth day, and we'll have a pool of water here for you underneath the skylight. And the white light will shine down, and you'll be wrapped up in a white towel. You'll drop the white towel. We'll bathe you in white light. And then I will rinse you and then wrap you back up in the white towel." I'm like thinking, you just want to see and touch the goodies.
Yes.
I said, "Well, thank you so much. I'll have to think on that. And I'll just buy one of your little stones. Thanks so much. Okay, bye-bye."
Yeah.
There's some crazies out there, people. There are
There
some
are,
crazy.
but I think usually at like the Body, Mind, and Spirit expos, they're pretty good. Excuse me.
And you guys, you'll know it. You can
Mhm.
step up to a booth and you'll feel the energy. And you'll also, the important thing is, you'll feel the ego. you will feel
Excuse me.
and if
Yep.
you do that, you know it. All right, everyone, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. It's a funny story. I have several. All right, everybody, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you, Diane, so much for being here.
Thank you for having
We
me.
are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. Follow me on Clubhouse. Follow me on TikTok. It's so much fun. I'm going to do a TikTok tomorrow, 4 o'clock Pacific time. And then 7 o'clock Pacific time, we'll have guided meditation on here. All right, everybody. From our hearts to yours. Thank you, Diane. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll catch up next week and we'll talk.
We will. Definitely. Definitely. You better, or I'll call you.
I will. All right, everyone.
Okay. Thank you,
care.
everybody.
Be well. Bye-bye.
Bye.